Boys and girls, welcome to Everyday Math Lesson 10.4, Using a Calculator to Solve Problems with Money. The materials that you'll need: notebook paper, pencil, math journal, and also a calculator. If you don't have a calculator that looks like this, maybe you could find a calculator from your device. You'll notice that I'll be pulling up the calculator from my device today. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is go over our Math Journal page from yesterday. So this is Math Journal page 239. If you have any mistakes, please fix those with your pencil and eraser. For problems number 1, $3 is the same thing as 300 pennies. 60 nickels is the same thing as $3. 30 dimes is the same thing as $3. And lastly, 12 quarters is the same as $3. Count 20 pennies. Half of 20 is 10. Using my array and looking at my groups of 4, I can see that 5 pennies would be the same as 1/4. Again, using my array and looking at my groups of 5, I can see that 4 pennies would be equal to 1/5. For question number 3, complete the frame. So we started at 2,463, then I needed to add 1,000 to get 3,463, subtract 100 to get 3,363, add 1,000 to get 4,363, subtract 100, 4,263, and then add 1,000 for 5,263. For question 4, since I know that 9 minus 5 is 4, I know 90 minus 50 is 40. Then I know 900 minus 500 is 400, and 9,000 minus 5,000 is 4,000. So I was just paying attention to the amount of zeros each time. For question number 5, 5 feet is the same thing as 60 inches. 24 inches is the same thing as 2 feet, and 9 feet is the same thing as 3 yards. And for question number 6, draw an 8x4 array. Notice how I have 8 going along on the top and 4 down to get a total of 32 in all. Please double check, make sure that you have this all correct, and if you have any questions, you can ask someone at home or also ask your classroom teacher. We'll now use our notebook paper or whiteboard and marker if available. If the speed is too fast, please pause as often as needed. How many pennies are in a nickel? You can write your answer in your notebook. 5. How about in a dime? 10 pennies. How many nickels in a dime? 2 nickels. How many nickels in a quarter? 5 nickels. How many quarters in $1.25? 5 quarters. How many quarters in $5? 20 quarters. Write these amounts in dollar and cent notation. 35 cents would look like this. You could also have that dollar symbol in front of the zero, would be best. 6 cents. Again, put your dollar symbol in front of that zero, but otherwise 0.06. 80 cents would look like this. And lastly, 152 cents would be the same thing as $1.52. And all of these should have that dollar symbol in front. Now if you could grab your calculator, I'm going to also grab my calculator and have that next to me. So if I wanted to show the number 1.02, or kind of like $1.02, I'm going to type that in my calculator, 1.02. and it should look just like it reads, 1.02. Now if I want to show decimal point 98, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to type in my decimal point, 98. What do you notice about the number on my calculator compared to the number that I gave you? If you mention the 0, you are correct. Notice how I just had to type in the decimal point and it automatically put that 0 in front for me. Let's watch what the 0 does on the next one. I'm going to hit clear. Now I'm going to type in decimal point 980. Now, if I hit equals, notice what happens. It will automatically take off that 0 after the 8 because that 0 didn't need to be there. So again, when you type that in, it probably takes the 0 off. Or if it didn't right away, if you hit equals, it maybe took that 0 off. Let's try one more, but when we're subtracting. I'm going to hit clear. I'm going to type in 1.02 minus decimal point 980. Notice how it automatically put that 0 in front of my decimal point, which is great. Then if I hit equals, it took that 0 off and it answered the question for me, giving me 0.04. In today's lesson, we'll be using the calculator quite a bit. We'll be using the add, the minus. We're also going to use the multiplication symbol a little bit. So I'm going to hit clear. Go on to my next page. So you can put your notebook to the side. We're going to be looking at our math journal. We're going to use page 240 to work through 241. Please pause the video often to try to solve the problem on your own before hearing the answer. And again, we're going to be using our calculator quite a bit for our math journal page today. So you're going to be able to look at page 240 to answer the questions on page 241. I'm going to refer to 240 next to me, so I'm not going to go back to this screen. Notice how everything that I have in green on the side, these are going to be helpful hints of what you should type in your calculator. The things that I have in the teal boxes are going to be revealing the answer. So if you can start by looking at page 241, and let's look at the first question. How much did a 20-inch bicycle cost in 1897? So if you pull up your 240 and look at 1897 and the cost of a bicycle, and write down that it would cost $29. How much does it cost now? So again, just so you know where to look, 1897, I can see the bicycle was $29. Now I can see how much the bicycle is, $119.99. So I'm going to write that in my second. Now it costs $119.99. Now it's asking us how much more does it cost now? When I want to know how much more, I'm going to be subtracting. So take out your calculator, and in your calculator, I want you to type in the following problem. And I'll do the same. I'm going to type in 119 decimal point 99 minus, and I'm just going to type in 29. I'm not going to type in decimal point 00 because I'll still get the same answer. Now I can hit equal, and you should have also gotten $90.99. Let's try another one. And again, if I'm going too fast, please pause before you get the answer revealed to you. Question 2. How much more does a pound of cheese cost now than it did in 1897? Now, this question, if I do refer back to my chart, notice how in 1897 it says a half a pound of cheese, and now it says a half a pound. But when I look at my question, it's wanting me to do a whole pound. So I know that a half a pound is $2.99. But if I want to know what a whole pound is, I'm going to have to add $2.99 plus $2.99 or multiply $2.99 times 2, whichever way you like to do. Today I'm going to do $2.99 plus 2 decimal point 99 equals $5.98. Now for right now, I'm not going to put my dollar symbol, but when I'm getting back to my answer, I will. My calculator's not going to let me put my dollar symbol in there today. Now, cheese today costs, or cheese in 1897 cost 6 cents. So 6 cents plus 6 cents, and maybe I don't need my calculator for this one, equaled 12 cents. Now, if I want to know how much more, I'm going to pull up my calculator. Now, I already have $5.98, but if I didn't, I could type in 5 decimal point 9 8 minus, I can just do decimal point 1 2, and notice how it automatically put that 0 for me, equals 5.86. Now, when I'm writing my answer on the line, I'm going to include that dollar symbol. So equals $5.86. In 1897, raisins were packed in cartons. Each carton contained 24 one-pound boxes. How much did a 24-pound carton cost then? Now, if they were 10 cents for 1 pound, if I look back, 10 cents for 1 pound, I'm going to actually multiply that times 24. So I'm going to pull up my calculator, hit clear. So I'm going to type in my calculator, decimal point 1 0 times, now it took away the 0, that's okay, 24 equals, now 2 decimal point 4 is just like saying 2 decimal point 40, or just like saying $2.40. Now, if I have, today it was $2.39 times 4, I'm going to pull up my calculator again, hit clear, 2 decimal point 39 times 24 equals, I would have $57.36. Now, if I want to know, so I can type it in here so I know right away, 24 pound costs $2.40, and how much would it cost now? It would cost $57.36. Which item had the biggest price increase from then to now? Looking at the different ones, I can see the one that had the biggest gap was the 20-inch girl's bicycle. And we actually solved this problem earlier. It's asking us how much more did it cost now, which we already did the math. So I know that it costs $90.99 more. I am going to, because of time, I'm going to go on to math boxes, but if you would like to do an extra problem on your own, I have a sample one. How much more does a harmonica cost now than it did in 1897? You could use this example or you could come up with your own. But now I'm going to switch and look at math boxes next. In today's math box, so I want you to first a quick listen to the directions, complete the page on your own. When you're all done, take a picture on Seesaw and send the picture to your teacher. And then we'll go over this page in the next lesson. Write less than, greater than, or equal to for the first problems. For number 2, fill in the blanks to estimate the total cost. Round these to the nearest 10 cents. Arrange these to find the median, and then tell me what the median is. Show 55 degrees. It is 6:15. Draw the hour and minute hands to show 15 minutes later. If you have 35 blocks, you're sharing those equally among 3 children. How many does each person get and how many are left over? All right, again, when you are all done, please take a picture and send the picture to Seesaw. Thank you.